With the signing of J.K. Dobbins, the Steelers strengthened their offense and gained balance in the backfield for 2025. The NFL market is constantly changing, and the Pittsburgh Steelers have just taken an important step to strengthen their offense in 2025. After losing Najee Harris to the Los Angeles Chargers in free agency, the franchise was quick to act. J.K. Dobbins is the Steelers' new running back. The signing marks not only a replacement, but a potential evolution in the team's ground game, something essential given the uncertainties at the quarterback position. Dobbins' journey. From injuries to redemption, J.K. Dobbins has had his ups and downs in his young career. Drafted by the Baltimore Ravens in 2020, the running back quickly stood out with his combination of explosiveness, balance, and reading of blocks. However, serious injuries have hindered his rise. In 2023, he played in just one game before rupturing his Achilles tendon, one of the most feared injuries in the NFL. Still, Dobbins turned things around. In 2024, in a Chargers uniform, he had a remarkable bounce-back season, rushing for 905 yards and 9 touchdowns on 195 carries, a respectable average that showed the world that the talent was still there. His 5.2 yards per attempt average since entering the league ranks him among the NFL's most efficient rushers, trailing only emerging stars like Jahmyr Gibbs and Devon Achane among RBs with 300-plus attempts. Why is Pittsburgh the right place for Dobbins? The Steelers have been quietly rebuilding their offense, and with the departure of Najee Harris, the need for an experienced, productive running back has become urgent. Dobbins steps in to fill that void. And he does so with familiarity in the AFC North after 4 years facing the Steelers himself while in Baltimore. The offensive system of Arthur Smith, the team's new offensive coordinator, favors physical and intelligent backs, a profile that perfectly matches Dobbins' style. He is expected to lead the backfield alongside Caleb Johnson, a rookie selected in the 2025 draft and considered one of the most explosive runners in the class. The partnership between the two could produce one of the most interesting duos in the conference, balancing youth and experience, explosiveness, and reading. A strategic reinforcement for a transitional season, with the future of the quarterback position still undecided. The Steelers are considering Aaron Rodgers, but also have rookie Will Howard. The running game could be the team's offensive anchor in 2025. Having a reliable runner like Dobbins on the roster means being able to take pressure off the quarterback, control the clock, and keep the offense on the field. And more than that, Dobbins also brings a mentality of overcoming, something that has always been in keeping with Pittsburgh's blue-collar identity. He's not just a replacement for Najee Harris. He's a symbol that the Steelers want to regain respect as a physical and strategic force in the NFL. What's next? With Dobbins leading the run game, DK Metcalf and George Pickens as aerial weapons, and an experienced coach in Mike Tomlin at the helm, the Steelers are building a roster that can compete with any AFC opponent. A veteran quarterback could be the last remaining piece, but regardless of who's under center, Pittsburgh's offense is already taking shape. And if J.K. Dobbins can replicate or surpass his 2024 performance, Steelers fans can expect a much brighter year. Steelers may finally end quarterback drama with multi-million-dollar signing of Aaron Rodgers. The Pittsburgh Steelers are going through a saga that is familiar to their passionate fans: the search for the ideal quarterback. Since the retirement of Ben Roethlisberger, the team has struggled to find a suitable replacement, and so far, no name has managed to convincingly fill the most important position in the offense. The most recent hope came in the 2025 NFL Draft, when the Steelers selected Will Howard, formerly of Ohio State, in the 6th round. Although Howard has potential and some college brilliance, he is still a project in development. At 23 years old, the youngster needs time, training, and patience, luxuries that a franchise with immediate ambitions like Pittsburgh may not have at the moment. That is why, according to Christopher Knox of Bleacher Report, the team is close to making a move that could change the course of the franchise. the signing of Aaron Rodgers, four-time NFL MVP, and one of the most iconic quarterbacks of the modern era. According to Knox, Rodgers' options are narrowing down to just two: wear the black and gold of the Steelers or hang up his cleats. Rodgers appears to be deciding between the Pittsburgh Steelers and retirement, Knox wrote. The Giants expressed interest, but ended up opting for Russell Wilson and Jameis Winston before selecting Jackson Dart in the draft. The Minnesota Vikings were also looking for a veteran to add to the roster, but ended up signing Sam Howell via trade. In other words, the path to Pittsburgh is clear. Since the start of free agency in March, Rodgers' name has been circulating heavily among the team's backroom staff. The veteran has already visited the Steelers' facilities, expressing interest and evaluating the possibility of ending his career with one of the most traditional teams in the league. So far, however, no signings have been made, a suspense that has kept fans in high anticipation. Even at 41 and with the natural wear and tear of a long career, Rodgers is still a relevant force on the field. His vision, passing accuracy, and leadership in decisive moments remain rare qualities, especially for a team that, on paper, is one quarterback away from becoming truly competitive. And the Steelers' 2025 roster reinforces this theory. The team invested heavily in the offseason to strengthen the offense. DK Metcalf, an explosive wide receiver and frequent Pro Bowler, was brought in to pair with the talented George Pickens, creating a formidable aerial threat. In addition, the team opted to replace Najee Harris with Caleb Johnson, a speedy and promising running back who could surprise in his rookie season. With talented pieces and a well-structured offensive system, the Steelers are literally one elite quarterback away from becoming real playoff contenders. And who knows, even the Super Bowl. Aaron Rodgers could be that final piece. The problem is that time is running out. Rodgers is no longer a young man with years ahead of him. Every decision matters, and the window of opportunity is narrow. For Pittsburgh, it's all or nothing. If they don't sign Rodgers, the 2025 season risks being just another in a never-ending cycle of transition, something neither fans nor coach Mike Tomlin are willing to accept. So now the NFL's eyes are on Pennsylvania. Will the Steelers finally find their new leader? Or will they let slip away the last big chance to stabilize the most critical position on the roster? The end may be closer than ever. And for fans of the franchise, all that's left is to hope that this time it will be a happy ending.